on, guys? So welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be putting a big turbo on our Kubota SVL 75. This is an SVL 97 turbo that we're going to be putting on here. This skid steer has been deleted and tuned, so no more DPF or EGR on it. It's making around 105 horsepower right now with the tune that we got it on. So we're putting a bigger turbo on here and see how much more power we make with it, and how much of a performance difference it makes in fuel efficiency, horsepower, just digging around in the dirt, and just overall efficiency of it. So without further ado, I'll toss you guys into time lapse of getting this thing torn apart. So let's pick you guys up when everything's pretty much torn apart. Torn down now. Got down to the turbo. I got to pull the valve cover off to get to these two bolts that are under here. One's right here, one's back there. These two on this side came out pretty easy, but this thing here, you have to pull the valve cover off to get to them, which is very annoying. So I gotta pull that up. But in the process of pulling everything apart, found that in here, this is the boost tube that goes to the throttle body in here. Look at all that crap in there. That's just dirt and oil from the crankcase vent. Well, the crankcase vent right here, we deleted because I originally went back into the turbo on this side, and it was sucking in all the dirt from dirty air filters. You can see here on this side of the turbo, all of that dirt that's caked up in there. So we changed filters because that happened. So we have yet to change filters on this thing. These filters are about, I don't know, 2-3 years old. These things packed full of dirt. That's why we need to order new filters for this thing. So yeah, that's everything I pulled off so far. So right here is where the CCV actually goes into the turbo right here. You see we put the plug in that and deleted that. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe get an elbow here and just delete that whole thing altogether and run that straight into the new bigger turbo. But yeah, so I guess I'll toss you guys back up on the tripod, get this valve cover up, get this small turbo out, and then start fitting the big one. Turbo is finally out. 3 hours later, the turbo is out. It took way longer than I needed to. Luckily, I did not need to pull this off here, the valve cover. All I really had to do was disassemble the turbo, and considering I'm putting that turbo on my four-wheeler, I had to pull it apart anyway to make sure all the seals were good. So I just took apart the turbo right there, so I didn't have to pull anything off. Everything else looks pretty good. Nothing looks damaged or nothing. All the oil lines were good. So the turbo's sitting over here. So obviously we got the brand new turbo, and then here's the old turbo. Turbo is quite small. Might add like 2 fingers. Like that thing's tiny. So yeah, it did come off 2 pieces. I had to pull the coupling that holds this together, and then pull the oil feed line and exit line out, so that way I could get to the 4 bolts at the bottom to take it out. But I mean, turbo does not seem to have like little or no play in it at all, really. So that's good. So yeah, this turbo very small. So we're upping it to about this size turbo here. So you can see this one's about 3 fingers big. So this one's only about 2. So yeah, I can put it right next to it. You kind of see Yeah, the camera doesn't do it just how small this is, but yeah, same intake port. That is the same. The turbo itself is a little bit bigger, so I'm gonna have to fab up a custom exhaust for this thing because this is just a little bit bigger. This exhaust side because it's got a bigger fan on it, so I am gonna have to fab up a custom exhaust. Normal exhaust pipe for it, but I don't have any, so I'm just gonna fab up some square tubing for the exhaust. This is about I don't know, maybe an 1/8 inch thick steel. We're gonna weld that together, and then we're gonna have it. We're actually gonna get rid of the DPF that we deleted, so that's all hauled out. So I'm just gonna get rid of that. It's like only like 50 pounds of counterweight, so it's not too bad. It's weight reduction, but you get a little bit better, more power out of it. So I'm like, what's weight if it doesn't have the power to move? So I mean, we might add some lead weights to it off to the side, but that's if we need them. So yeah, now it's gonna be mounting the big turbo up and getting everything mounted correctly in there, and yeah. Shout out and thanks to JL CMC for sponsoring today's video. They sent us out some bolts for the compound turbo 100 horsepower Honda build. So without further ado, let's start unboxing these bolts and I'll get into it. JL CMC is actually running a new user special right now. You sign up, you get a $19 coupon to spend on their website no matter what. They also do custom CNC machining out of solid aluminum, and they also do custom 3D printing. So if you need any of that done, they're gonna be doing that as well. We're going to be using them on making some custom parts for the Honda Foreman build, so we're gonna be using them for the some of the engine parts and some other cosmetic parts. So stay tuned for that. And so these bolts that we got here, we're also going to be using them on the frame. So these bolts here that sent us out, we're going to be using these on the frame. Bolts here that sent us out, we're going to be using them to mount up the front rack. We're going to be using them to mount the front diff and some other stuff on here as well. So if you guys ever need to order any type of machine part, go to jlcmc.com. I'll have them linked down in the description. You can go there, claim your free $19 coupon to spend anywhere on the website. And without further ado, let's get back to the normal video. What's going on, guys? It's been 3 days later. I finally got enough time to finish mounting up the turbo. It's finally installed. So I still have yet to finish up the piping, but everything's all roughly put back together so we can really start this thing up and see what it sounds like. Make sure there's no oil leaks or anything like that before I fully put the thing back together and finish building up the exhaust pipe. So let's further ado, let's see the first start up on this thing with the new bigger turbo on it. Let's go. There you go, boys. That's what it sounds like with the new big turbo on. I just set everything in here just that way. Fire it up, make sure everything looks good. So everything looks good. There's no oil leaks or nothing in there. All the oil lines and everything looks good. So now I'm just gonna finish fabbing up the exhaust, putting everything back together, and I will pick you guys up when everything's all said and done. We're ready to go take this thing out of the dirt and start digging. A few days later, finally finished up the piping. I ordered in some 2-inch piping, and so I got a 5-inch. I got 2-inch turbo back here. Got an exhaust clamp here, so that way I didn't have to pull everything out in case we have to work on it again. So this exhaust clamp here, pull this out, just 2-piece exhaust, super easy. So yeah, full turbo, 2-inch back, actually 2 1/4 inch back, straight pipe on here. So yeah, let's see what it sounds like, full straight pipe. Well, boys, finally, the big turbo Kubota SVL 75 is finally finished. So without further ado, let's go take her out of the dirt. Let's go see some digging. Let's see if we finally improved the fuel efficiency on this thing. Now, mind you guys, when this skid steer was completely stopped, we were only getting around 8 hours on a full tank of fuel. After I did the full delete and tune, I was getting around 9.5 to around 10 hours of runtime on full throttle. This is full throttle, moving nothing but hard clay in the dirt. So now with the big turbo installed, I'm gonna fill it up full tank of fuel and see how the fuel efficiency has improved with this bigger turbo on it, and just all the way around power throughout, like low gear, high gear, digging into the dirt piles, shaking the bucket, hydraulic flow, all that stuff. So back in the woods now with the skid steer. So first time we're using it with the bigger turbo and full straight pipe on it. So I'm going to show you guys what we're going to be planning on doing, and we're going to also be testing out the fuel efficiency of this thing, along with the power increase with the bigger turbo and the full custom straight pipe. So I'm going to take out these trees right there. I'm going to put another berm going straight up this way. So after you hit the jump right here, you can hop down, hit the berm, and go straight out that way. We already have the berm over there I made in the last video using the skid steer. So now we're going to add another berm right here. We're going to take out those trees, push it out this way, and then we're going to take some of that dirt from that dirt pile there and make that a berm there. And then we might put another small jump right here to kind of like straighten this out a little bit. And then for right here, we're probably going to take out these trees here as well, and then probably put another berm coming in, so you can come in this way, and then getting rid of that little trail right there, and just coming in this way, so you can come here and then hit this jump and either head straight into the other berm down that way, or we'll probably curve it so you can go this way and straight down through that way. So yeah, place you guys in the tripod now. Finished up with this berm here. It looks pretty good. That's pretty much just straight mud right now, so after it dries out a little bit more, then I can really get this bank to go up a little bit more. But right now it looks really good. So we'll come from that berm down there, hit this, and then we're gonna come up this way. I gotta take out these trees here and 2 more trees there, and I'm gonna move this over a little bit so you can hit the berm, come straight down through this way, hit the jump, and then go down that way. I might end up putting another berm that goes straight up over that way. I don't know yet, but I'll just finish this up here, and yeah. I guess this is the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video on putting the big turbo on the skid steer. And I did notice a lot of more power from it. It's definitely a lot more responsive with a bigger turbo on it, and also sounds a lot better too. So I took that last video so you guys can actually hear the turbo under stress and turbo noises and stuff. So if you guys enjoyed that, if you did, please like and subscribe, and hopefully within, I'd say the next big upgrade on this thing's bigger injectors, so maybe SVL 95 or 97 injectors on it, and a custom tune to go with it. So hopefully we'll be able to do that here soon. And yeah, so see you guys in the next one.